Hey friends, Rob Phoenix, Powwow Guy here. Hope you're all doing well. Happy full moon. It is Monday, May 12th. What a day. I am exhausted. When I tell you I'm exhausted, like words cannot even describe how exhausted I am. About 2 weeks ago, I set some goals for myself. I knew I had to get the vegetable and herb garden planted. Um, which I did. I wait till the full or till the new moon for that because those things grow best when you plant them in the growing moon, the building moon. Um, but then slightly less than 2 weeks ago, I got this idea in my head that I wanted um, a greenhouse on our property. And I decided, you know what? I want a greenhouse. And I said a prayer. I said, God, this is what I want. I can visualize it in my head. I want it right there. And this is what I want to use it for. Help me make it happen. And 2 weeks later, on a full moon, the greenhouse was built today. Um, Goal accomplished. But that's kind of, I thought this was a really good, like, sort of teaching moment because, we also wanted to get the tree trimmed. We have this huge birch tree, which is like 700,000 miles tall. Um, that happened today too. So today was a really busy day. I probably got way more sun than I needed, but it's done. It's done. It's just like I feel like everything's accomplished, and now I can just like go to sleep and take a break. But again, like powwow is kind of like yes, there's that aspect to it where you do a healing charm or something for somebody, but it's also a sort of a working tradition. Like you are working with the phases of the moon, and it doesn't mean you're like lighting a candle or whatever. We don't really get into all that silliness. We get out there and we get our hands dirty and we work. And we know that the first thing we start with is that petition to God to say, God, this is what I want. And I always like to teach this as a triangle. Think of the top point of the triangle as God, the bottom point of the triangle is you. And this point of the triangle is either your goal or the person you want to heal. So if I'm trying to heal somebody, I say, I do a powwow charm for this person. They're here. There's a connection with me. They believe that I can help. I want to help. There's the connection. I believe strongly in God. As long as their belief in God completes that triangle, then we're good. It's a complete circuit. Um, if they don't have that belief in God, then there's something missing. And we say, well, we'll try for you. So I'll still work for you. I still have my faith in God. But without that connection between the person and God, something's kind of missing. But it's the same way for a powwower when we want and need something for ourselves. Here's that triangle again. God up here, here's me, here's what I need. So I know I want a greenhouse, and here's my reason for wanting it. And I put that petition up to God. Well, God knows if my intention is godly or not. If it is, there's a connection there. If God thinks, well, you're just going to build a greenhouse to, I don't know, torture animals or something, well, then it's not going to happen. Um, and because I knew what I wanted, uh, and I knew what I wanted it for, and my reason is good, good intentions, everything worked out. Everything fell into place. Just in 2 weeks' time, I went from, I'd really like to have a greenhouse. And 2 weeks later, now I have a greenhouse. But don't get any false illusions here. What God did was help me make the right choices and all the tweaks and choices and daily choices that you make so that it would be possible for me to get this greenhouse. And also the veggie garden and the tree trimmed and everything else. Like all these things I knew I needed to get done and wanted to get done, and they all had a good reason for doing so. They're all done. It's full moon. I'm done. I've completed everything within 2 weeks. But that's what powwow's about. You have to do the work. And if your work is godly, if your intentions are pure and good, then it just flows smoothly. Everything falls into place, and you know, you intuitively know the right choices to make. You make those choices, you move along, you do the work you have to do. And yeah, sometimes it means like hurting your hands, even when they're, riddled with arthritic pain, like digging out 50 plants and such with these painful hands. But I did it. And building platforms and spending the money, but it all fell into place. And so that's what powwow is like. That's the kind of faith you have as a powwower. It's that triangle. God's at the top, you're here, and either your client that you want to help is there, and that connection needs to be whole in order for it to be totally successful. If there's an element missing, like if here's God up here, here's me here, my connection with God is strong. This person comes to me for powwow and they don't believe in me at all. They don't believe in powwow at all and are skeptical about God. Well, there's no connection at all. So we'll try for you, but the same is when you're trying to manifest something. Now, people have always said that I've been able to manifest things. I had a friend who used to say that everything I touched turned to gold because every time I said I wanted something, wanted to accomplish something or do something, I made it happen. And yes, I did the work. I did the necessary steps in order to make it happen, but I was, guided by divine, divinity. So that's how powwowing works. And that's how a powwower lives. We're busy people. We work hard. And especially with our land, where we work very hard to get the most from our land and make our land healthy and take care of our trees and have greenhouses and grow herbal things and such, make our own medicines. Our veggie and herb gardens are planted. Uh, I'm really glad that a lot of that work is done. Now that the tree has been trimmed, I'm kind of unhappy because it just opened up that whole half of our property. And I feel so exposed and open now. I mean, it's great for the ground because now it's all pure sun all day. But, those branches hanging down and such really kind of like closed us in and gave us a lot of shade and privacy. And we don't have that now. And so I'm kind of like, I'm not real happy with that side of the yard right now. But Bill and I decided that we're just going to turn that whole southern half into one big, huge garden. And, that might take a year or two. It's not a necessity. Everything's fine the way it is. It's just our own perception of it without all those tree branches, like offering us that sort of like, we like to be surrounded by stuff. Even our house, like in this room, I'm surrounded by shelves of books. And even walking down the stairs, the walls are filled with pictures all the way up to the ceiling. And that's how it is in our TV room and dining room and kitchen. Like we just like to be surrounded by stuff, that makes us feel comfortable. And so outside, we like stuff surrounding us, plants and flowers and whatever. So when we're exposed, it's kind of a strange feeling, but great for the greenhouse because now the greenhouse is in pretty much full sun all day. So anyway, that's manifesting. That's the secret to manifesting with powwow. Yes, we do healing, but that triangular connection really needs to be there. If one of those pieces is missing, we'll try for you, as they say, but that's between you and God. When we want or need something for ourselves, we are allowed to ask that. We are allowed to work for ourselves. And we say, God, this is what I need. And God takes a look at that and says, okay, I see the thing. So circuit complete. If it's for some selfish, stupid reason, God's like, nah. And it will be very difficult and stressful and impossible to make that happen. So anyway, get ready if you want to be a powwower. There is some hard work there. But it's good work. What I commonly say, hard work is good work. And it's true. So anyway, there we go. Happy full moon to all of you. I hope everything that you guys have been working for has come to fruition. Mine has, and I'm tired, and we're gonna have a couple days of rain now, so that's great for me because it's like I have some episodes of Doctor Who to catch up on. Tomorrow's the season series finale of a Star Wars show I've been watching, and like, I think I'm just gonna kind of hang out and watch TV for a few days. But all right, hope everybody's well. Subscribe and like and thumbs up and all that situation, please. just for no reason. I don't know why, just because it'd be cool if you did. But that's it. Love you guys. God bless you all very, and love you all very much. I don't know. I'm tired. We'll talk soon.